So again, continuation of the voting rights. Uh, so I've already discussed whatever decisions are taken in the meeting must be passed in the meeting by passing a special resolution or ordinary resolution as per the nature of business to be discussed or nature of item to be discussed into the meeting, whether it is of ordinary by nature or special by nature. That item to be discussed into the meetings of the company, whether it is board meeting of the company or annual meetings of the company or extraordinary meetings of the company, a decision has to be passed in the meeting to make it a valid decision, to make it a confirmed decision, and to make it applicable on others for others bind for that decision, and others have to decision to impose any decisions on members of the company. First, it has to be passed in the meetings of the company, and for that, for passing any decisions, voting is there in the meeting. Voting is done in the meeting, and member has a right. Only member, not other person, can exercise this right. Meaning his right, his wife, his son, and daughter cannot exercise this right of voting of the shareholder of the company. Only shareholder himself or herself can exercise his or her right to vote in the meetings of the company. This is right associated with the members of the company. So every resolution proposed to be passed at the meeting, first discussed by the members of the company, and after long deliberations and discussions, members in the meeting arrive at certain conclusion to decide to pass or not to pass in the meeting by having a vote in the meetings. So by meeting, we decide this resolution has been passed or not in the meeting. If it is passed in the meeting, it means that majority of the members in the meeting have said yes to that decisions. And if it is not passed in the meeting, it means that the majority of the members are against that resolution, against that proposal in the meeting. It means that that gives you a right to democracy, right to speak in the meeting about your yes say, about your yes or no to that proposal in the meeting. So it has to be discussed. It has to be discussed, and it has to be put into a vote in the meeting. So every member shareholder has a right to vote on such resolutions, and shareholders may exercise this voting right in the best interest of the company. Meaning is that company is artificial person, company represents by natural person. So it is a duty, responsibility of the natural persons who represent the company to fight for the rights of the company and to not to spoil the image of the company in the general public, in front of general public in the market, not to damage the goodwill of the company. That is their responsibility as a member to protect the interest of the company, which is an artificial person by nature, but having existence in the eyes of law because of separate legal entity concept of the company. So only members, meaning is that only members are allowed to vote, not their wife, son, and daughter and friends is not allowed. Okay, this you should know. The member means that member have an interest in the company, have a stake in the company, have a capital contribution in the company, have a shares in the company. So member have a right to uh, vote into the meeting. Not other person have a right to vote into the meeting. So they are allowed to vote for the best betterment of the company. For the this is for the good of the company and the best interest of the company. Then director also they are the mid substantial shareholder of the company, and directors may vote in the meetings of the company even though his interest is affected uh, in that voting process, but he or she has to vote into the meeting. That is a democratic process to vote in the meeting. If your interest is affected, that is because company is different, its members are different. If your interest is protected, but you have to protect the interest of the company. Company is first, then you are coming. So company is artificial legal person. Company exists. Even if you retire from the company, you are superannuated from the company. You're not in this world, but company is there. So you should first work for the company, then work for yourself. Company interest is your priority. Company objective is your priority. Uh, so you should not overlook the interest of the company and give importance to your interest. It may impact or affect the company future progress and future prospects. So director may have a right to vote in the shareholders meeting, even though their interest is affected or opposed towards the interest of the company. So only members whose name appear in the register of members shall have a right to vote into the meeting. Okay, so only members have a right whose name mentioned in the register of members. Only that person have a right to vote into the meetings. Not other persons are allowed. I already told you. Other persons mean those who are not members of the company. That person does not have a right to enjoy the voting process, right to vote into the company meetings because his or her name is not in the register of members as required to be in the register of members, but it is not in the register of members. So next point in this, share warrant holders and executor of a deceased member, receiver of an insolvent member cannot exercise any right to vote unless registered as a member. Meaning is that of this slide, this is a note in this. This is a very important note in this. Who can vote? Who can vote in the meeting? The answer is only a registered members whose name is registered in the register of members of the company. Only that person can exercise his or her right to vote into the meetings. Meaning is that shareholder warrant, holders, executors of a deceased member, receiver of an insolvent member cannot exercise right to vote unless registered as a member. This is a note in this who can vote in the meeting. So executor of a deceased meaning is that his wife, his son, daughter, friends, relatives cannot exercise his right to vote in the meeting. Even a receiver of an insolvent member, he or she is not a member. Share warrant holder may not be a member. So how can that person exercise his right to vote into the meetings and say yes or no by showing of hands or by ballot paper, by video conferencing? So e-voting is there, electronic voting is there. So how can you vote without being a member into the company? So a person who becomes a member between the date of the original meeting and adjourned meeting may vote at the adjourned meeting. So members who were not present at the time of voting by show of hands or may vote at a poll. Polling is there, voting by poll is there. So if suppose you become a member on the date of original meeting and the meeting is adjourned. That meeting is adjourned to the next week, same time, same day, to discuss the agenda. So you are allowed to vote in that particular adjourned meeting. So you may vote at the adjourned meeting, and if the members are not present at the time of voting, by show of hands and may vote at a vote. Then voting may be can be done either by show of hands, already explained you, and by a poll. So voting by show of hands, you have to raise your hands for that particular proposal, that to be passed in the meeting and at any general meeting of the company, whether it is annual general meeting of the company or extraordinary general meetings of the company or any other general meetings of the company. Voting takes place by a show of hands. So on a show of hands, each member has only one vote. So proxies are not allowed to vote in case of voting unless the articles provide for the proxies to vote into the meetings of the company. Otherwise, if article provides to do so, then you can proxies can also vote into the general meetings of the company as a proxy of the member of the company, if it is allowed. If it is not allowed, then how can you vote into the uh, general meetings of the company or extraordinary general meetings of the company? So on the declaration, chairman declaration on the result of voting by show of hand is conclusive. Okay, so the final result, the chairman final voting is important. So so all the decisions is finally depend upon the chairman of the meeting. The chairman decide his yes or no decide the proposal in the meeting. So the final voting is on the part of the chairman. The chairman will decide about the who who will vote, who will about the uh, decisions to be finally passed into the meeting. The chairman, yes or no, is very important. Chairman voting is very important to pass any resolution in the meetings of the company. Then voting by poll. So this is again the types of voting rights which you can exercise in company meetings, in annual general meetings of the company. Voting in accordance with the voting rights given to the members by the articles of association is called a poll. This right is available to you by given to you by articles of association, and it is called as a poll. So voting in accordance with the voting rights given to the members by the article association is called a poll. So proxies are allowed to vote in the case of voting by poll. So there is a counting of votes in case of favor and against the resolution in the case of a poll. So poll is there. So voting by poll is there. The proxies are allowed to vote in the case of voting by poll. In this case, proxies are allowed because polling is there, poll is there. There is a counting of vote in cast in favor of that particular person and against that particular person. For the appointment of auditors of the company, for the appointment directors of the company, independent directors of the company, voting has to be done into the meetings of the company, and voting cast in favor and voting against, that on that basis the resolution passed in the meeting. Then passing of resolution by postal ballot. This is another form of voting in the general meetings and external general meetings of the company. Passing a resolution by postal ballot in view of poor attendance of the members at general meetings of the company. This is a reason of why we are passing resolution by using postal ballot because of the low attendance, poor attendance of the members in the general meetings of the company. So Company Act include this provisions in the company law for the passing of resolutions. You can pass a resolution by postal or through postal ballot.